Hi guys, Stainton here, proudly presenting the platform guide for WeTrade Social. This is the social or copy trading service of WeTrade. In this guide, I'm going to be covering a few subjects. You'll be able to see them right here on this slide. As you can see, I'm going to walk you through how to register for a new account. I'm going to explain the dashboard for you, how and where to find WeTrade Social, how to get started with actually following a strategy, which is basically how to get started. And for those who are a bit more advanced, skip all the way to the end. I've got a little section for you on how to create a strategy. Without further ado, let's just jump straight into it.
Okay guys, welcome to the part where I'll be showing you how to register for a new account. For those who already have a registered account, just want to jump straight into following the strategies, please skip ahead for just a couple of minutes. It's a very short section. Now for those who are registering, please follow closely. Once you're on our website, www.wetradebroker.com, please come over here and click on register. Don't click on login, as you need an existing account to log into. We're registering for one right now. Please make sure you fill in all of the fields here with whatever is relevant to you. Okay, it should be quite simple. Let's create a new password, confirm it for yourself. Should be a little verification code here and a captcha once you click on generate PIN. Accept the little box here and then click on register. And that should bring you right here. This is the main dashboard. Now, once you're on the dashboard, just want you to take a quick look around. As you can see here, my name's Stainton, and you can see it reflected on the top of the client portal. Alright, you can see your email, phone number, and also the status of any documents that you should have uploaded to get your account approved and verified so that you can place any trades. As you can see here, my proof of ID and my proof of residency are both approved, which means I am good to go. Now just a very quick overview of what we're looking at here. We can see the amount of lots traded, or the volume of our trades so far, balance, equity, total deposits and withdrawals, and all the finer details of any trading account that you'd like to see, such as the leverage, currency, etc. It's all over here under my trading account. If you have multiple accounts, you should be able to see them all right here. Very simple. Alright, there are some other things here on the right hand side which are relevant to our reward system or incentive system. I'm making another video to talk about that more in depth. Please feel free to take a look at it, but we're not going to go over that right now. What I'd like to take your attention to is the WeTrade Social section here on the left. I'm highlighting it with my mouse currently. The part that we're going to be looking for, the part we're going to click on right now, is the strategy list. Okay, this is basically the list of all the different strategies, or people's strategies I should say, that you can follow. Now, a very quick overview of the page. We have a very nice filter list at the top if you'd like to filter the name of a provider that you're looking for, specifically a country or region, let's say, or a specific amount of fees that they would be charging. You can use the filters on the top for that. Now, moving on to the strategy lists. Again, another quick overview of what we're looking at here. First column, strategy name, very simple. They've got a little picture there and a little flag as well, so you can tell where they're from. Alright, moving on, profit ratio. Arguably the most important statistic we're going to be looking at today. Profit ratios, we can see the first person here is the highest one up on the list, since I am filtering the list based on the highest profit ratio and then descending in a descending order. You can see this person has made approximately 6,000%. That's basically 6 times your money. It's a very, very good amount of money to make. Let's see, closed profits. This is the amount of money they've made in dollars, of course. Now remember, profit ratio might seem like a huge number, but if they've started with a small amount, and you can see that from his closed profits here, yeah, the profit ratio is going to be a huge number if they've succeeded in actually tripling or quadrupling, or sextupling as in this case, in just 2 trading days, which we can see is the following field here. Okay, they currently have 2 followers and are charging a 30% performance fee. one very important thing to be said about these fees: there are two different ways that a strategy provider can charge a fee. There's a performance fee in a form of a percentage, which is charged to you at the end of the month. Let's say in the case here where it's 30%, this means that any profits that this person has made for you in this month, they will keep 30% of that profit. The lion's share of the profit, 70%, goes back to yourself. That's how these traders make their money. Okay, it's very simple. Now, there are the people that choose to charge a subscription fee. Okay, you can see that one all the way on the right over here. It's always in dollars, just so you know, and this is a daily fee. As you can see from up here, it's daily subscription fee. It can only go up to $5 maximum per day. But do keep in mind, this fee is regardless of any profits that the strategy has made for you. What does that mean? If the strategy hasn't made any profits for you today, for example, and tomorrow and the day after, you will still have to pay the performance fee for all 3 days. It's basically a fee of $15 if it was 3 days and it was a $5 fee per day. We can see some examples of people that are using the subscription fee. If we move down the list, the fifth one I'm looking at right now does not charge a % performance fee, but instead charges a $2 daily fee. Okay, this person who's also done about 426% profit ratio, but we can see the closed profits are actually very, very, very small. They probably started with $1 and made about 5 of them, or 4 and something. So we see a 400% increase in profit ratio. Now, moving on. One thing that we'll need to talk about before we go into opening anything, or any trades, I should say, is the investment ratios. Again, before we get to that, just please take a look at this risk warning, as it will give you important information that you need to know about the strategies and different restrictions that you may be facing, okay, such as withdrawals and deposits and stuff like that. It's quite important. Now, once we're here on the second part of after we've clicked the follow button, now let's say we're trying to follow the first strategy that I was looking at, the 6,000% one. I've clicked follow and it's brought me to this page. What I would have to do here is select the relevant MT4 account, one of those here, and move on to selecting the following mode. Now I want to explain this a bit before we go on to actually following a strategy, because this is very important. This is how your money is going to be invested automatically with each strategy. There's 3 different ways of doing this. I'm going to go over each of them very briefly here. The first one is based on the fund ratio. Now it's going to compare the value, as we can see here. It will compare the value, and it says the specific ratios are determined based on your account balance / strategy balance. And we have 2 options, as we can see, balance or equity, right? What it's trying to determine here is basically what ratio it's going to be investing your money on. As we can see, the ratio is here. If a ratio is 1-to-1, it means it's going to replicate the position exactly. What's important to understand about these 2 options here is if it's going to be comparing your balance to the strategy balance, or your equity, which is your account's net worth, to the strategy balance. For people that are quite new to trading and are not sure how this really works, I would always recommend that you use the equity, okay? Since when trading in Forex, if you've got any open trades of your own, you could be in a floating profit or loss, which won't affect your balance, but it will affect your equity. Okay, that's very important to understand, since your equity is your total account net worth, which means your worth after your profits or losses. Okay, I will make a separate video explaining how open or floating profits or losses from open trades can affect balance and equity, and how that may affect you. But let's just say, if you don't really understand this and you're not sure, but you do have enough balance comparatively to the strategy that you're trying to follow. Let's say you have the same amount of money that he's using. You can use a 1-to-1 ratio, as you will replicate his positions exactly. If you enter a number higher than this, let's say 2, you are effectively doubling anything that they're trying to open. If they're opening a 1 lot size position, it will become a 2 lot size position on your account. So please take care when playing with this. All right, do read through this here, as it gives you a nice little example. It's basically the same example that I just explained. Alright, moving on. Based on strategy providers trading lot. Very simply put, the based on strategy providers trading lots is asking if you'd like to mirror the strategy providers trading lot sizes. Alright, and if you'd like to replicate them exactly, which would mean a 1-to-1 ratio. You could go a 0.5 ratio if you'd like to do half the size of whatever the strategy provider's trading lot size is set as. And you could probably even go to 1/10 of that. That's completely up to yourself. Please do take care when selecting these methods. Okay, because if you try to open a lot size that you can't open, for example, because you don't have enough balance, you won't be able to replicate the trades. They will not open. Okay. The last option we have here is based on fixed lot size. This is also a very nice way of doing it if you don't like taking extra risks, or you just don't want to open any lot sizes that you're not comfortable with. Okay, so if let's say you're only comfortable with a 0.1 lot size, just set that right there, and any positions opened will be opened on a fixed lot size of 0.1. or a 1 or a 10 or a 100. That's completely up to you. It's up to you. It's completely up to your discretion. Now please do take care again. Now one last setting I'd like to explain. It's under the more advanced settings here. This is for the people that have a bit more of it, let's say, some trading experience and understand things a bit more. But even if you don't, let's say if you're looking at a strategy that you are not sure if it's going to do well or not, you're not sure if it completely agree with his strategy, what he's trying to do, but you'd like to take part in it, or you'd like to go against it, for example, you have this option right here. The direction could be direct, which is how it should be normally. We're following them directly and going with their orders. Let's say if they're opening a buy, we're opening a buy, we're following their trades. We can also choose to reverse this. Now this is a very cool option. It's the first time I've actually seen it on a platform. We can choose to reverse the strategy, which means basically we're going to go against anything that they're trying to open. If you feel like they're not doing very well, you can go against them, or you can also use this, for example, as a sort of hedge. Now let's say in the example here that we just want to make sure that we've always got a half lot size going in the opposite direction of whatever the trader has been doing, let's say as a hedge for our own safety to mitigate the risk. You could choose a fixed lot size and just put it in reverse. Effectively, that will be like a hedge. Okay, very simple. Please do take care when using these options if it's your first time looking at them. I do recommend reading into them a little bit more and studying them to see if this is indeed a good strategy for yourself. There's one more thing that I'd like to show you actually before we finalize this video. It's something I should have gone over. Let's go over into the profile of a strategy that we find interesting. Again, just take a look at one thing here, which I think I did not explain previously. What we're looking for here is the copy trading rules. This is very important because this will tell you what's the minimum amount that you can add to a strategy, or to minimum amount so that you can follow a strategy. Okay, as you can see, this one here has got a minimum amount of $100. So that's the smallest amount you can add to an account such as this one. Different accounts will have different amounts. As you can see here, the second profile I've found is $350 as a minimum, and they will all differ like that, selected by the strategy provider. I hope this tutorial made sense and it covered everything that you needed to know as someone who's new to this and would like to follow some strategies. But let's say that you're not new to this and you actually want to create a strategy yourself. You can come over here to my strategy signals. All the way on the right hand side, we can see the button that says create new. Once we've clicked that, we can name us, or we can choose, of course, the account number that we're going to be using, an avatar, the name, and then a strategy description. It's very important that you don't use inducive words such as guarantee, profit, risk, etc. And make sure that you add enough description in here so that people understand what your strategy is about, what you're trying to achieve, so that you can get more people following, because more information is just more power to the people, right? The more information you have about something, the more likely you are to utilize it. That's how it works. Choose your strategy fee settings if you'd like it to be a profit share or subscription fee. As I've explained earlier in the video, this is the percentage. You can see percentage of split, and this one is the daily subscription there. Percentage of split there. Alright, let's say you've selected your amount right there. You also select the minimum amount that people can use to follow and the limits of how many people can actually follow you. Once you've done that, check the little box and click on create. It's as simple as that. So thank you very much guys for following this video. I will be leaving the email at the end of the video so that you guys can get in touch. If I've left any questions unanswered or you have some new questions that you just like to share with me, I'll be more than happy to answer any of them. Thank you very much. This is Stainton signing off from WeTrade. Happy trading. Cheers. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this should conclude our video tutorial and guide for today. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope I've answered all of your questions. Because remember, we went through the whole process of how to open an account or register one first, how to place your first trade, where to find the trades, where you're going to see your open trades once they're open, of course. If I've left any questions unanswered, or you still have any other related or unrelated questions to the copy trading, please do feel free to get in touch with us. I have left some links here on the last slide. As you can see, that's our main web page, the email for our marketing team, and the email for our support team. As I said, and I'll repeat once more, if you've got any more questions, please feel free to get in touch and we will be happy to answer all of your questions. Thank you very much for watching. Happy trading. Cheers.